time tonight. My name is Elaine Trocino, and I have a vested interest in the success of School District 87 and the safety of our children. So let's talk science. For 2 years, we've been told to follow the science, but let's make sure it's proven science. So you might want to take some notes. Dr. Stephen Petty is the nation's leading industrial hygiene expert. He has served as an expert witness in approximately 400 cases related to toxic or infectious exposure, personal protective equipment, and as a warning expert. He even holds 9 patents. An industrial hygienist is a professional who is capable of assessing and controlling physical, chemical, biological, or environmental hazards present in the workplace, work environment, or a public space that could cause injury or illness. An industrial hygienist also can advise on how to minimize or control the worker's exposure to harmful conditions and hazardous materials. So if you had a problem with your heart, would you go see your dentist? Of course you wouldn't. So why are you going to bureaucrats instead of the proven experts on these matters? In a recent court case regarding mandates in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Dr. Stephen Petty explained that the field of his expertise is to anticipate and recognize and to control things that could hurt people, everything from making them sick to killing them. He testified that in this context, he has analyzed the use of masks and social distancing in connection with COVID-19. He testified that both the 6-foot distancing rule and the mask mandates are wholly ineffective at reducing the spread of the virus. Masks are worthless, he explained, because they're not capable of filtering anything as small as a COVID-19 aerosol. Science shows that COVID-19 particles are aerosols, not droplets. A COVID particle is less than 1 micron in size. So you might ask, what does 1 micron look like? Well, take a strand of your human hair. Your human hair, 1 strand, is 4,000 times the size of a micron. Let that sink in. 1 strand of a human hair is 4,000 times the size of a COVID particle. Let me ask you, can you get a human hair past the side of your mask? You might want to take your masks off now. According to Petty, masks have no standards, they don't qualify as protective equipment. He testified that masks leak. They don't filter small things. They cannot be sealed, and they're commonly worn by people with facial hair. And they are also contagious due to repetitive use. He emphatically emphasized that mask wearing provides no benefit whatsoever to the wearer or the people around them. PPE is the least desirable way to protect people, and masks are not PPE. So you may be wondering, what does OSHA have to say about this? Well, masks don't meet the OSHA respiratory protection standards either. OSHA admits masks are not protective. Neither are the cloth face coverings. Under the Respiratory Protection Standard Act, hopefully you're familiar with this, OSHA requires training to be conducted by the state of Illinois in the workplace. I ask you, has the district done this required OSHA training? And if not, are you aware that any violation of this is a federal crime? So I ask you, our board members, can you show me where, how, and when the people gave its public servants the authority to force medical intervention on healthy children without a parent's consent? Can you show me where, how, and when the people gave its public servants the authority to assume that a healthy child is sick without the backing of medical licensure? Can you show me where, how, and when the people gave its public authority for a school nurse to function outside the scope of practice by ordering medical interventions and quarantines? Can you show me where, how, and when the people gave its public servants the authority to require parents to incur medical costs by way of a doctor's note so that their child can enjoy the privilege of in-person school? Our children deserve a childhood like we had, one that is free. Why are you denying this of them? They are not super spreaders. If they should happen to get the novel coronavirus, they have the odds on their side, about 99.9%. So we we ask you, unmask our kids. We are your allies and we will support you. But today we need you to hear us. With your help, we can be a role model. model for other schools to follow. So let's stand together against the mandates and for the education and freedom of our children. Let's stand as a community